I'm in the wood yard today. I've got oak and it needs to get put in this bin. So we're gonna throw some in here. I've got a bunch of oak in here already and we got a bunch more in my trailer that we're gonna go get. We're gonna back up, we're gonna throw it in right now. Here we go. So there's the oak, and this got split by Bert while I was in Wyoming chasing deer. And it's some of the wood that was over there in that pile where we get a tree service stuff I got from Jason. While I was gone, we had the Wolf Ridge splitter here, and we had the Split 4 splitter here, and Bert wanted to try them out. So he split this pile of wood right here for me. Thank you, that's very nice. So I'm gonna back up, go get the tractor, hook this up, back this up over to that bin. I'm gonna chuck it into the bin. Now, I thought about at first, you know, I could take the elevator, it's right there, there's a little elevator. I could go get the power pack, I could hook it up, I could drop it into the elevator, it would go right into the bin. But I'm just gonna tip this back as it's hooked onto the tractor, grab the wood and just toss it over my shoulder. Either way, I gotta touch it to get on the elevator. And it's plenty open, so I don't need to go real high with it. So this will fit no problem. And then eventually I'm gonna split up that wood that's over there because there's a bunch of rounds over there and there's some more stuff to be cut of white oak. And then I got a call from Jason this morning, Logger Jason, check out his channel. He said he's got 2 more loads for sure, and maybe 4 because he's got a couple locations he's working on of this white oak that he doesn't want to run through his chipper because it's really hard on the chipper apparently. And he just wants it gone. So I might be able to go get some more. So that's a good thing. So I'm gonna go get the tractor. We're gonna hook up the trailer. We're gonna go chuck some wood right now. So there's the wood. It is in the bin, the way I like it. And a couple things I thought of while I was doing this is I'll let you guys know that when I'm in here, a lot of times I try to get these stringers across the top here for holding it. I try to get them even, but it's hard. Sometimes they're too short, sometimes they're too long. So I try to leave a little extra wire. I had to add an extension to this one so I could get it so it's wider, because you want your walls to be obviously fairly vertical, keep them so they're all pretty good. But I got that in it. That only took me about 20 minutes, maybe a little over 20 minutes. Wasn't long at all. And for the amount of time it would have taken me to bring the elevator over here, get the power pack, and get it all hooked up, would have been about 20 minutes. So I got it done pretty quick. Got a little debris here I got to go dump over into the debris bin over there. And the other thing I want to mention is about the bins, because I get a lot of people that ask questions about them. I was just at the Bunyan show a few days ago, and I had a lot of people ask me, do the bins really dry wood really well? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. Fantastic. This bin right here is only 2 pallets wide, as you can see on the bottom. So it's 2 pallets wide and then high. So basically, if you were to stack a full cord, it's not taking up that much more space really, and it's loose, so it dries better, because generally you're 25-30% more space, more air, so it can breathe, and it dries fantastic. I have cut and split oak and hard maple, which those two kind of woods, a lot of times when they're green, you cut them, they will mold if you stack them in really tight. I have had no mold at all, period, none, zip, zero, nada, niet, not any. And the stuff is drying just excellent. I've done moisture tests on a lot of the wood that I've got in the bins here, and most of it is totally dry within about 3 to 4 months. And of course, a lot of that is ash, soft maple, box elder, stuff like that. The ironwood, birch, it all dries really fast. It's just not an issue at all. But I do have a little bit of wood here. I'm ready to sell a lot of it this year. Got a little bit of birch left here. This is the new bin that we filled up. We had a little blowout here, as you can see. One of the support pieces there blew out, so this whole thing, we just put a couple sticks here. It's off the ground, that's all that matters. It doesn't have to be super pretty. We got plenty of room here, so this is all filled up. And then down in this end, we've got dry oak down here. I put 3 pallets across here. So this one is 3 pallets wide. So this is all dry oak ready to sell. And all the hard maple over here. And then in some of the bins over here, we've got hickory, we've got beech, we got cherry. We got another bin full of oak that's drying, and then we got we got a bin full of oak that is dry and ready to burn. This is all ready to be filled up now, so we're gonna put wet oak in here. So this is the stuff we split, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago now. And I got the logs you see on the other side of the tractor. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out all the small stuff, and we're gonna cut it and split that probably with the chainsaw and the splitter, the small stuff, because I don't know if it really pays to run it through the processor, because there's a lot of small stuff, you know, 6-inch stuff and smaller. And that stuff's bone dry already because it's so small, it's really dry. And then the bigger stuff, I'll walk over here so you can see, the bigger stuff is wet in the middle. So I will split that, cut it and split it with the processor. So we're gonna be separating it, but you can see there's some beautiful pieces like this stuff right here. Boy, I wish I had a whole bunch of these. I don't know, what is that, about a 10-incher, and straight as can be. There's a bunch of them in here like that. You can see the size of these, you know, they're 12, 14, 16 inchers. But then there's some small stuff like this right here. That'll be really dry, that'll be dry, that'll be dry. All these little ones like this stuff right here, you can see those will be really nice and dry. Tiny ones here. So I'll pull those out separate. They're cracked all the way down the hole, you know, not just on the ends, they're cracked all the way through from end to end. So I know all this small stuff like you see right here will be dry, ready to burn right now. So as I separate it, I'll put all that into the to be sold right now bin. And then all the bigger stuff like this stuff here and this stuff here, these would be wet on the inside. But because there's no bark on it, it was cut from dead standing wood. The inside is wet, but the outside, like 2 or 3 inches all the way around, is pretty much dry all the way the whole length of the log there. So once you break it open, it does not take long for it to dry, within a matter of a couple months, and it's ready to go. And that's rare for oak, because most of the time if you cut living oak with bark on it and you get it split down to hand-sized pieces where you can pick it up, you know, it still will take 6 months at least, 8, 9, 10 months a year. If you split them, if you leave them big splits, if you're just doing quarters and halves, it can take up to 2 years with green oak. This is cherry right here that I bought from Jason, so that's ready to go too. I just got to get that processed in the bin. And there's actually 2 rows of oak here, as you can see. There's quite a bit of it. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of this stuff is dry. Like these small ones here, 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 here. Probably that one. This one for sure, this one for sure. All these little ones are ready to go. If you look at the cracks, you can see they run the whole distance all the way through there. And very nice stuff. So I'm kind of anxious to get going on that. So as I separate it, I'm going to get all the small stuff done first. And then I'm going to work on the wet stuff, because the wet stuff won't be ready this year. It won't be ready till next fall. So I want to get the little stuff done so I can sell it this year yet. And I would say there's probably, might be 10 cords, 10 full cords of small stuff in there that I can get split and put right into the bin. And the bin I'm probably going to put it in. This is where I'm going to put the stuff that's wet that needs to dry yet. I'm going to fill this whole thing up with the bigger wood, and then the small wood will go in that bin. And then I've got some space down over here in this bin. So what I do is I just kind of keep opening up spots, and I'll be able to put a bunch of the dry stuff right in here. And then maybe as I sell some of the other bins off, I'll be able to put some wood in those too. So that's the scoop. So there we go. I got that done. Now I'm just going to go clean out, dump out the. Now I'm just going to go dump out the debris that's in the trailer, and that's going to call it. I don't know when you say that. Now I'm just going to go clean out the debris that's in the trailer. We're going to dump that out. But so yeah, we've got white oak starting right here, all the way down to there, and I'm going to keep going with that bin all the way down to where you see the trailer down there. So that'll be cool. So anyway, people ask me all the time also, how much wood do I have? Not enough is the answer. More is the right amount. I don't know. I just keep making wood, keep selling wood. I do as much as I can. I might have 200 to 220 full cords ready to sell right now. And if I get that other wood over there that sticks, the cherry and the small oak, if I get that done, I might pick up another 20 or 30. I don't know. I just keep making wood. And I'll keep getting tree service wood. I'll keep getting wood that's basically dry and ready to burn right now. I might even buy a whole nother couple truckloads of oak. And then I'll have that. I'll try to order smaller stuff so that it's ready to go right away, which is really nice. When you get that barkless oak, it's awesome because you don't have to sit on it forever like you do most oak. And that's one of the downfalls of oak, is everybody wants it, but it takes so dang long to dry if you're cutting from green trees. But there's so much oak wilt in Wisconsin here, pretty much in central Wisconsin, where I get a lot of the wood from. There's tons of it, and the guys that cut, they always have dry barkless oak, dead standing stuff with no branches. So a lot of it is really dry when they cut it. So that's a cool thing. All right, let's go clean out the trailer. The dump is done, the wood is in the bin. Tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. when you come back, I'm gonna be waiting right here for you because we're gonna be hooking up this trailer, the big N&N trailer, and we're going for a ride down the road to Jason's. He's got some white oak for me. I'm gonna be picking up tomorrow. We might do 2 loads if I've got time. We'll see what happens. That's happening tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. Right now you got 1,600 videos on my channel that you need to go watch. Good night, Irene.